We did some late night reading last time. Here in the peaceful throne room of Chateau Gaillard. But the chateau itself is not quite so peaceful. It's under siege at the moment, after being held for 2 years, after a change of royalty and so on. I think we're going to have to leave here, but just as a quick review, we made it into the main tower. We found another temporal agent in the bottom of the tower. We found a letter, which I think we get to keep, don't we? That says that there is a hidden chamber. In the event the castle should fall before relief arrives, I ask that you put everything of value in the hidden storage room which lies, secret panel, doors of the besieged castle. Burn this letter. Right, and so the letter was not successfully burned. Must have been hastily thrown in the fire. Secret panel, doors of the besieged castle. So we found an open treasure box downstairs that the other agent was trying to pilfer, but that storage room was not hidden, and the only secret panel we have found at this time, get out of there, is this guy. We discussed a little bit about this last time. To me, this looks like this key, except not quite the same. And I still don't know why it's a panel in the door that reveals itself like that. Although there is another chest right here. So, Lexi, sorry to interrupt, but I want to know if you have any other requests for things we should do here before we jump out. My guess is we either need to find a secret room we haven't yet found, or we have to find a way to intercept our friend, assuming that the artifact they were after was actually in that box before they managed to get to it. Lexi says, geez, Steve, can't you see that me and Katie are having a moment? You know, that's why I was gentle about it. So I think, yes, I can see that. I know your relationship is precious. Never mind Katie's boyfriend on the phone. Just waltz right into that, of course. Have we used the key? No, we were able to use the key on the chest downstairs, but it contains nothing, I believe is what happened. We can travel down there one more time just to confirm it. I'm sorry, maybe I interpreted BF hastily as well. I have another idea about what we might do with this key, but I'll bring that up when the time comes. It looks like this path continues downward, but we can't go there. I think this is just the floor. And I still don't get the weird fading animation. And this ladder is just nothing. And the music here is a bit more intense. Okay, here we go. Did the chest relock? Dang, if only I could hear Steve's melodious voice. I feel the same way, Katie. Yep, the key works there. But again, nothing inside. All right. I think this music is actually a little too intense. Let's go back into the hall. Okay, so next bit of recon we have to do, next bit of contemplation, deals with the evidence we have collected. I want to review... Oh yeah, we got this lens too. We can put that on our... Oh right, we can put that on our jumpsuit. Is it on currently? I think it is on. Lens filter. We'll check once we're out of this. Okay, so we have that glass. And we have good old boot number 227. And now we have another boot, which says 3353. Wait a minute. Could these be the same... I forget how long the registration numbers are. But this looks like the end of a number. And this looks like the start of a number. What a weird way to make boots. I think then we need to check our dossier. Let's see if we can find out more about who we might be encountering back here. Security unit. So who was it? Marcus Warner? This was the guy that we thought visited Da Vinci's studio, right? Agent 8. Now, 3353 has nothing to do with this number at all. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Do all the security units start with 2? No, this one starts with 9. Okay, let's check the others. Agent 3. Oh. Well, that's not good. We'll check the others just to be sure, but our good friend here, she's been with us since the start. I mean, she's a little smarmy, but, you know, her number does start with 3353, and it ends with 227 as well. Uh-oh. Are there 2 agents that end with 227? Hang on just a moment here. Oh no. 39227. Hang on now, hang on. 39227. 39227. Uh-oh. Well, it could be that she's the only one involved. Or it could be her teaming up with what's-his-face. But let's check the other agents here. Our number does not resemble any of these. Thruple? That word is out of context now, in my mind. What about Roger O'Rourke? We've never had any dealings with this man. We can check his stuff. They've all got their own missions. That's pretty cool. We haven't been snoopy enough to take those in. And Tamara Walsh. That's cool. They're all doing different research. Oh, and she's looking up Gorbistan? Gorbistan is where... Wasn't it where one of the early peace talks were being held? That's where we tried to prevent the missiles from being fired at in the first game. And I forget the date of the event, but maybe it was that date. It wasn't the relative future compared to our real-life present day. Okay, so we've narrowed it. Wow, what a coincidence. Their ID numbers share so many common... Yeah. So either there's a team working here, or it's just her. Look at her smirking like she thinks we don't know what she's doing. Okay, well that's all for that. And I did... Oh. Wait a second, I thought it was Agent 8 that apprehended us in the opening sequence. Yeah, she's Agent 3. And I thought her helmet had either a 3 or an 8. Oh boy. Where does this leave us? I guess it means we have to jump. So, before we started today, I've barely mentioned the bug this session, because it seems like we've been doing well against it. Today I re-jumped from this point back to Gaillard, and I tested to see whether the bug was there. And I was despairing because I was walking along that wall that we walk along to hear the catapults and so on, and I wasn't hearing the catapults. And I thought, okay, it's happened. We can't do game time tonight, whatever. And then I got to the end and turned left, and then I did hear the catapult that bashes the wall down that needs to be bashed. So that was a state I'd never heard. Either we heard all the sounds or we heard none of the sounds. And now I found a state where we heard none of the earlier sounds, but we did hear the final sound. So I don't know what's happening or what could be causing that. And it may still creep up and grab us, for all I know. So all we can do is keep hoping, but we'll try to enjoy the experience as best we can. Next destination, the Da Vinci Studio again. Why are we going to the studio? because I have a couple more ideas, even though we've done all we need to do here. We even got our preserved heart. I don't know if we need to flick these every time or not. I also want to review, especially as we get close to having all we need here. I have a hankering to review all of the, the files on the extraterrestrial species in the symbiotree and all of that. And start to form and bank on a theory or a case about what's happening, because who knows what we'll need. The end of the first game was just a puzzle. And it did not depend on having seen or deduced anything else from the rest of the game, but I don't know what the end of this adventure is going to be like. Maybe it will come down to making a choice based on our inferences. Still seems to me like it could be, I don't know, we can discuss our pet theories soon. So first of all, I did decide to look up where to get the coil of rope. Where did I look it up? Me! And I'm glad I did, because first of all, those are my own secrets. I can look them up if I want. I'd only forgotten where we found the rope. And it turns out that the rope was just sitting here on the path. The key was to look down. I just don't remember precisely where it was, that's all. Maybe it might have been here to the right. There it is, see? And it's all nicely coiled. Who knows what it was doing there? And we did use the balcony key. We had to use it to get onto the other balcony. So maybe that hint about the 20th century is just nothing. You know? So, if only I had taken better care to remember this stuff. I think I want to head over here. There are those wily pegs again. I guess they just couldn't tidy that up before they had to ship, or something like that. It is pretty cool. Alright, so here's my notion. We have this key that looks like this, and the design that would fit the mold in the chateau looks like this, except with the end sliced off. So I think I wanted to try seeing whether we could cut this thing down. Looks to me like that's not doing anything. Wily Peg is your new nickname? I mean, you're welcome to it. And you know what we haven't had enough of is Arthur.
He's invented the table saw? Now this is stretching my suspension of disbelief. And crank to get the flywheel up to speed, and in minutes you have an attractive new den.
Thank you, Arthur. So I guess we can't cut down the key. I don't know, did you think that was a good idea or not? What is this exactly? We never really know. It's a gear chair. They get our chairs in gear. Oh, we can get a new drive assembly if we want. Sure, why not? And we can get new pegs and a new wheel assembly. Might as well, right? Who knows when we'll need them. And I think that's all we can get from this place. So the question is, Fawn viewers and co-players, our little team here, what do we do next? Because that's as far as I've thought. We have a bar, we have a lens filter. Yeah, there we go. Home. Do we ever use the Geno Andrews signal? Single. It's a word I don't use much. Is there a place we can play this? Do we have a single player?
Gage, one word. Curtains.
Steve is letting Katie know he's single. Very astute, Lexi. Your ability to draw conclusions is heavily unbiased. The weight of the unbiasedness is great. Why do we have a shot more?
Please tell me these books came with the apartment.
That might be my favorite Arthur line so far.
So what do you consider light reading? The toaster manual?
The toaster manual? I guess that's Arthur just trying to reference the manual for a boring kitchen appliance. But it could be a reference to the video toaster, which would be more impressive, I think. So yes, we do have a Shock Moore bookend. And Arthur didn't ask us about that. We don't even own a toaster, don't we? It always seems like our apartment contains surprises here. What exactly is this? It looks like it says the Journeyman project at the end. Is this an award or something? Yeah, awards. Lexi, I'm still looking to you for some input on what we do, rather than...
Hey Gage, got the time? All work and no play makes Gage a temporal neurotic.
A temporal neurotic, said slightly ungracefully.
Nice. The Tex Avery alarm clock.
Agent 5, Gage Blackwood, is under house arrest. Access privileges revoked.
Chichen Itza seems like it'll be later, but that's where I'm tempted to go. Well, granted, there is still some experimentation to be done there.
You have 3 messages.
That's right.
Gage, it's me. Wake up and answer the phone. Hello. I know you're there. Where else could you be? Well, anyway, you owe me, pal. I got your jumpsuit. I just pray they don't realize their key evidence is missing before you figured out what's going on, or we'll both be in neck deep. I mean, it wouldn't take a genius to figure out that I was the only one who could have taken it. But hey, they wouldn't fire me, would they? I'm their chief technician. Who else do they have to get their net games running? I'll send you the suit as soon as I put in an OpMin biochip. If you get a chance, you'll want to modify it to automatically record evidence. And if you need anything else, please hesitate to call me. Oh, and Gage, do me a favor. Erase your messages for a change. Thanks. Good luck, buddy.
I missed that the first time. He had said that he had given the name to the biochip that we apparently modified to collect evidence. Kind of tempted to go through our notes again, too. I don't know, maybe we should. This place does make a good home base. For the past few jumps, I've been experiencing a vague, dizzy sort of feeling when I time travel. It's almost like something hovering just beyond the reach of my consciousness, like a word on the tip of my tongue. And the feeling goes away as soon as I get to where I'm going. Right. This seems like it. I wonder if this could be an alien influence. Afraid that I might be a little sort of time travel disease, sensitivity to it. We are the guinea pigs, that's right. And once again, then we'd flip the pages, what seems like backwards. I don't understand it. The coordinates of the station were supposed to be accurate to within a millimeter, but somehow I ended up floating in space a bit an hour earlier, unless the location velocity of along, blah, blah, blah. Right, oops. If I go into the TSA looking for thrusters, someone might wonder what's up, so I have to get creative. Came up with a pretty, that's right, cheesy idea for propelling myself into the space station. Still can't believe it actually worked, not that it matters. Even after getting in, I kept running into barriers, no oxygen, no gravity, jammed doors. Here's a kicker, I heard a voice. There shouldn't have been anyone there. Whoever it was told me to get off of the station. Actually, I'm not sure he saw me so much as detected my presence, but still I had no choice. I had to abort. It's a miracle I didn't cause a ripple. Maybe because whoever it was died up there before coming into contact with another human being. But I can't help but think, what if it was Farnstein? Did he live longer than we believe? So we did hear a haunting voice on the station telling us to go away, and it was not Arthur's voice. But my guess was that it was, again, an alien presence. Might have been an artificial life form that he created. We know the artificial life form was Arthur. Yeah, you know, the ominous haunting voices. I can't escape the irony. I went there to learn the truth, but the truth is what forced me away. It happened again when I got to Gaillard. There was someone standing right in front of me, looking out over the lower wall. He spun blah, 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 blah. Can you imagine the distortion that would have caused? It should have created a huge one as it was. I guess we're just damn lucky that the arrow would have hit him anyway. I don't get it. The jump locations are supposed to be scanned with a fine-tooth comb. How could they not have noticed? And then I got to watch Philip Augustus' men climbing up through the garderobe, and when I got there, all I see is the grappling hook they left behind, right? Grappling hook. The whole reason I was sent there was to document how the castle fell, and they got me there too late for it, right? I know it's difficult to distill accurate. So are we seeing Augustus's guards? No, the first one was dressed in the same garb, and he was killed on sight, presumably by them. A strange feeling, blah, 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 more tangible. Ghost image of my, oh, right. Of my jumpsuit floating slightly out of phase with myself. Time phase synchronized, just probably malfunction. Nothing wrong with me. I'm going to have Bill run a diagnostic on my suit tomorrow. Unless that's just us jumping to the same point from now. And those are our notes. Now, didn't Doughton's case in defense of us talk about the idea that somebody else could be jumping to the same point at the same time or something like that? I'm still not sure exactly how to connect all of that. Okay. Well, let's take it to Chichen Itza, then. That could cause some issues. It's never been tested. Right. So, yeah, that was our research mission. Once we get here, I'll save, and then we can try not making it a sacred day before offering the powder to the shock mule. Why did our transition speed get reset? Or did it? Oh no, we're fine. Okay. Prepare not to be accepted. Agent 5 attempted to gain entrance to a Mayan holy place without a proper understanding of their religious beliefs. Tragically, although not surprisingly, his quest ended at the bottom of a spiked pit. Interesting. So, is what we're doing... They're out of order. I don't think that counts as a different scene. Is what we're doing here like manipulating the underground sliding apparatuses? There we go. Hey there, Shaq. So many Steves, says Zenkoth. Zenkoth, you are correct. There might be a, finite limit, an upper limit to the number of Steves. Now our body friend is skullless. Okay, so I think we'll just save right over this again. Oh, we can get the copper back because we have the copper key. I guess that doesn't count as having the same item. Interesting how those rules of the universe work. I guess we better look for anything else, you know? You just never know. You know and you never know. That balcony key looks vaguely Norway-shaped. This guy? Or are we talking about the copper one? Okay, so we still don't know who Tlaloc was. And we do have both skulls, right? Yes, we do. I feel like I've heard that frog sound effect before. I think it's in Abe's Odyssey. Really? Would that have been possible? Frogs do sound so different that it's impossible for two sound effects to sound similar, made from a frog, so I guess you must be right. So we can look there, we can look here. Those who wish to gain counsel with Tlaloc must cross the waters of disbelief on the stepping stones of faith. Impossible! That's the same voice. Well, maybe that frog had a career doing video game voices. Doesn't that seem more reasonable? Zankoth? We do have a hammer, that's new. Stepping stones of faith. I want to be a video game frog, says Lexi. So that you can be collected by Link and never thought of again. Help me, Arthur.
You put your offering in this receptacle, the door closes, and it's taken by someone or something to be judged for its worthiness. I don't believe in magic or the powers of the gods, but it may be possible that there are acolytes living in alcoves within these walls, and all they do is collect the offerings and open the doors if they're good enough. I knew that archaeologists found a series of natural caverns underneath this pyramid, but I don't think anyone's ever been able to figure out what they were used for. The Maya believe that the underworld was entered through a cave, so it's a good bet that that's what this place represented to them. Judging from what we've seen, I'd say that this is some sort of proving grounds, probably for supplicates to the priesthood. And considering that their word for the underworld was Sibalba, which literally means place of fright, I'll bet this was no funhouse.
Arthur seems to be using his excited voice for these comments. Lexi, do you think of your frogs? Yeah, well, maybe. I guess that's a discussion between you and yourself.
As I recall, the Mayan heavens in the underworld were usually represented as a 13-step pyramid on top of an upside-down 9-step pyramid, with the earth as a flat plane in between. The 13 gods of the heavens ruled the daytime, and the 9 gods of the underworld the night. That's why they called them the Lords of the Night. Their heavens were pretty exclusive. Only certain people like sacrifice victims and children were let in. The underworld was for everyone else. Anyone that didn't get into heaven would have to make the journey through the 9 levels of the underworld to the Deadland, which was ruled over by the god of death. Gage, relax. It's a door.
Thanks again, Arthur. Well, it seems like, you know, this describes what we did to get here, right? So it's not very helpful. And if there are acolytes behind the walls, they don't do much. It must be desirable to have a job as one. It's better than working in fast food or retail. Yes, this is the one we know. All right. We're not able to solve the multi-skull puzzle, and we don't have the ability to use stasis. So this actually isn't an enormous cave. So I want ideas about what to sacrifice to these folks. Turn their backs to worldly possessions. And lower their heads in humility. I wonder if there's more to this within these doors. Well, you'd think, right? I wonder what that sound is. I think we tried giving this one the medallion, that didn't work. Yeah, all I remember is giving him the medallion. Bat flapping? Maybe. The heart seems like something that would be a sacrifice, wouldn't it? If the human heart is one, which one is it? This is the one that says the final trial is the first sacrifice or something. Do you think it's this one? This receptacle looks extra happy. And this is the crushed glass or whatever. So if this is evidence left by somebody, what were they trying to do? Were they trying to pass the trials? Well, I saved before dropping down, or no, I saved after dropping down into the cave, so I think we're good. Because if we want to restore, we'll probably want to restore before trying all of, you know, before having lost any sacrifice, I should say. What's the exact wording again? The final trial is the first sacrifice. So let's try the heart here. Let's just start trying stuff. Good old heart. In you go. No, you're not allowed. What is allowed? Let's do a quick catalog of our inventory, shall we? I'm assuming we can't sacrifice any of the biochips. I'm assuming that if we can use something, it will turn... It will horizontally flip. Maybe not? No? Wait a second. Is this... inaccessible? This is nothing. I think that's nothing. Let's try it. Yeah, that can't be put there. So maybe this opens when you finish the other trials? Could that be it? Let's go check out one of the other ones. That's interesting to know, I suppose. Let's go to the second last one. Yeah, it sort of looks like a closed... The other one that we couldn't put something into looked like closed teeth, right? And maybe we do this one third. Because we'll need something in it that you get from one of the other two? One of the first two? Okay, let's try this one then. Is this the one about worldly possessions? No, this is the... Oh, this is the demon's one. Oh, man. And then maybe it's the stepping stones of faith one that we need to do next. There is underground water here too, which is perhaps of some geological interest. Now let's see if we can catalog our stuff. Balcony key. Yes, we can put that there if we want. Biochips? No, we can only use the biochips. We can only activate them. Arrow is an option. Hi, Letter, how are you? Can we not take this out of our inventory? No, we can't. We can only look at it. Okay, rope. We could put the rope. We could put the rope, I guess. We can put the key. We can put the medallion. We're not allowed to put the explosive charge. Apparently we can't put that. We know we can't put that. We could put the hammer. We can only activate and deactivate the lens filter. Can we not put the bar? I wonder if the bar is of use during the Skulls trial, you know? We can put the heart. Not remote control. Yes, we can put the skull and the other skull. Not the wheel assembly. And yes, the pegs. Okay, so it seems like the ones that we can put are the, you know, everyday smaller sized objects like the preserved heart. The problem is, nothing seems to fit these descriptions. Cross the waters on the... But we can't put the bar. Is it just too big or what? Okay, let's try the hammer. Nope. Let's just try putting stuff in, because we have a save game file, right? Chomp chomp. There's an animation for each of these. I really hate that. I mean, how hard would it have been for the game to just return the bad thing? It's a good way to clean out your inventory, though. Okay, I say we're going to restore. So obviously we don't have what we would need for that. I'm disoriented. Okay, there we go. Well, should we try the... It's basically down to this then. We can try the skull one, or we can try to get the correct item for the worldly possessions one. I guess we'll have another go with the skull one. And if so, we'll try to be careful. The skull is a nice hint. And we have Tom. Hello, Tom. We're back here at this place. It's your favorite place, I'm sure. So, this guy has a skull. The door doesn't open. I thought stopping one guy meant either the spears would stop or the door would open. But I hear that the door is closed and the spears have not stopped. Maybe we're just hearing the far ones. So if we... And then we have the close spears. So I wonder if the puzzle is something like... Can you somehow do this with only 2 skulls? Is that the question? So we can go here, and at the moment we're safe from these. Bunch of spears in the wall here. We have the freedom to look around. Almost looks like we can go forward here. Why would that be so? Are these just alternating? Yeah, they are. I see. And these guys protrude and then retract, and then protrude and then retract. So I think that's just not enough time, right? What does this one do then? It sounds like another door release, but I don't see anything happening. You would probably get one step, right? It looks like that, doesn't it? But I think we die if we try to book it. We do have a heart we can try and stick in the guy's mouth. I don't know if the heart is so preserved that it's petrified. Or if there's some other way we can stop these guys. What is your maybe to, Lexi? So I think one question is, how do we... What the heck? How do we do it? Maybe the heart will help. Gosh, I feel so lost. Yeah, it's tough to know. We did have just a moment there. It seems possible. Aha! We made it. We didn't need to use 2 skulls to get in, but now I think we're trapped. Okay, now the door is closed. Now hang on. Lest we've doomed ourselves. Yeah, we are now trapped. I wonder if putting, maybe it's that. Maybe this dog opens the doorway back, or opens both doors? No, it looks like it opened the door behind us. Let's see that again. Yeah, now that door behind us is open. Oh. No, that's not gonna work, is it? But it looks like the door to our left isn't open. So, what do we get if we plug this guy here? What kind of a being is this, do you think? Now the door isn't open. Okay, now that this has stopped, can we go back and get the first one? It's still locked. Are we safe to at least walk ahead, though? Yes. But we are as impeded as it looks like we are. Oh, hello, sir. How are you? These skulls must have been planted here. Either that or this test must have required some casualties. Okay, are we gonna sort of bug out here and... That door is still closed. But now this one is open. So can we retrieve the skull to our left? Oh, and now the spears are back. So can we plug this one again with the third skull? Is that what would do it? I'm so used to the game being buggy that I'm already trying to think ahead of it. Maybe I'm neglecting the real answers. No, we can't go back there. Okay, so can we then put this skull over here, or a skull over here, and that will be good enough. And head back here and then put this one over there. Now we can take the skull that was keeping the door behind us open, because we don't need it to be open. So it's a puzzle that requires us to go back and forth a little bit. It's nice that it's starting to make any sense anyway. Looks like we're free and clear. Arthur, any comments on any of this stuff? You seem pretty quiet, old chap. Okay. Let's carry on then. Where does this get us to? Oh. Huh. Well, it looks good. Hi there.
Tezcatlipoca was one of the most feared gods. His name means smoking mirror. They called him that because in addition to being a fierce warrior, he was also known for his pranks and illusions. Kind of the Mayan Doug Henning.
That might be useful knowledge. Thanks, Arthur. Oh, great. A puzzle piece. Okay. Anything else around here? Are we in danger?
This chamber seems to be set up as a prayer room. There's an image of the god directly opposite his altar, but no signs of blood suggest that the altar is used in sacrifices, which means that it's probably used for more benign offerings. If I had a nose, I believe I would smell incense.
Yoink. Obsidian block. Alright. Are we safe to go back? On the plus side, we have an item, which means we probably won't need to do this trial again. Thanks for your service. I forget what the name of your job is.
I knew that archaeologists found a series of natural caverns underneath this pyramid, but I don't think anyone's ever been able to figure out what they were used for. The Maya believe that the underworld was entered
Didn't
through
you
a
say
cave,
this?
so it's a good bet that that's what this place represented to them. Judging from what we've seen, I'd say that this is some sort of proving grounds, probably for supplicants to the priesthood. And considering that their word for the underworld was Sibalba, which literally means place of fright, I'll bet this was no funhouse.
Okay. Let's go for worldly possessions. See if we can make any progress there. We have saved the game now just before this point. Is this indeed worldly possessions zone? Yes. And the other clue is lower their heads in humility. Now before, it said turn their backs to worldly possessions, and I thought that meant we'd have to put a worldly possession in here, and go here, and then turn away from it, and then look toward the ground. That might be overinterpreting it. Maybe it means, turn their backs means we just have to give them the possession that they want, and then we have to look down. I don't know. Also, I'm not sure what that is, a shield maybe? We could give the obsidian block. Could we give the obsidian block? We actually could. Let's go with the heart. Nope. I think we'll just go through and try everything. Like before. Don't think the medallion did anything, right? That seems pretty worldly, though. Nothing did it. Let's try the block. Oh, that's alright, Lexi. I'm sorry about the buffering. Okay, well, we know we don't have what it takes to get in there. And we know we don't have what it takes to get in there, and we can't get into the one at the end, so I think that's all we can do here. At least we know as much. So where does that leave us? We can go back to the Farmstein lab. We can go back to Gaillard and try to figure out what's going on there. And that's all I really have. We also have a rope, but that hasn't been helping us. The chateau seems the most solvable. Yeah. Should we take one more crack at the chateau? It would be a good time to test our bug-proofness as well. Our good friend here. Oh, and we did get through that trial losing only one arrow, and we can always replenish our arrow. Maybe we just need lots of arrows. I didn't think of that. Could that be it? Maybe that's worth a shot.
The wooden roofs were covered with tin, I think to prevent being set ablaze by flaming arrows.
Oh, that's probably good. Hooray. Let's do our due diligence here, huh? Happily, we don't do too much of that. I don't think I'm that attractive to, you know, spam advertisers. Still would like to know if there's something we can do with the guard down there, you know? Secret panel by the gate to the keep. I wonder if it could even refer to another area we've been, like this area. Hang on then. In which lies something secret panel, doors of the besieged castle. It doesn't look like there is a word between secret panel and doors, does it? Everything of value in the hidden storage chamber, which lies something secret panel. Besieged castle. And it doesn't seem like there is space for another word between castle and burn. It could just be behind a secret panel at doors of, I mean, you don't know. However, we did get access to a map of the chateau. So we can maybe guess which doors the doors of the besieged castle refers to. Hello, buddy. Just checking. Gotta do your dues, diligence. Wish I'm just checking it. We lose the grappling hook, so we have to get that again, I guess. Yoink.
Ah, see that bridge to the inner bailey? This was the castle's one weakness. Under cover of the bridge, Philip Augustus's men managed to dig under the wall and collapse a section of it in what they called a, let me look it up, a sapping operation.
You had to look that up? So this is what I'm describing. At this point, we'd normally hear a sound. And if we haven't, so far that's meant the bug exists. Same with right here. So I was doing this before today's stream and I was freaking out. Sounds like a plan to undermine your defenses.
I hope the serfs have umbrellas.
Yeah. Now hopefully, yep, we're okay. Boom. I don't understand it, but I would love to understand it. All right. Did you wonder whether that was some kind of a transition on my part when I said all right? Because it sure sounded like how I might say all right if it were, but it wasn't. That's where we got our friend Hammer. don't suppose there's much else we can do here.
Yes, the incredible sharpening wheel, the latest in lightweight stone technology.
Sorry to interrupt you, Arthur.
Yes, the incredible sharpening wheel, the latest in lightweight stone technology. It spins, it sparks, it sharpens your knives. It's absolutely free with your 6-piece set of Ginsu broadswords.
Which sharpening wheel are you referring to? Oh, this? Is this a thing we can interact with? Wow, thanks for that one, Arthur. Do we have anything that needs sharpening? I don't think we do. Unless we could sharpen the key. I don't think we could sharpen the key. Yes, how apparent is it that this is something at all? Not very, I would say.
Hey, now there's a nasty looking rig. The blacksmith would use something like that to hold cows and horses still for shoeing. No doubt some of them enjoyed it too, I mean. Still, there's nothing more disturbing than a cow in bondage.
Well, we can activate the fire even without a thing in a thing. I guess we could make a second key. Would you want to make a second key? We don't really have a reason for it. Alright, eyes peeled. Brains thinking. We can retrace the steps of our last time around when we caught she who might be Agent 3. They don't seem to arouse much suspicion. There's our evidence. This time, let's arm our translation chip. We have to have our cloak on when they come into the king's chamber. Unless we want to get caught. Do we want to get caught? We probably don't want to get caught. I'm assuming we don't want to get caught, although that is something we could try if we're out of options.
Hello, Joseph! Shaka, fool! 'Tis all for naught! It shall not claim this tour!
They called the Tower a tour. The boulders would probably fall a little faster than that, wouldn't they? So let's see, there's this window, there's floor number 3, 2. I wonder if the storage room was underground or not.
Quick! He's in the king's chamber!
We don't even have the option to move while we're waiting for them to arrive.
Quick! He's in the king's chamber!
You said that already. And that was a different recording of you saying it.
Alas! He escaped us! He must not wretched the goddess!
I wonder what that means. He must not wretched a goddess. It sounds like. Well, we've come full circle. And our good old copper key is not going to help us with this thing. I thought the implication was like this was the mold that the blacksmith ended up stealing and using, you know? Gosh, maybe it's because I'm so relaxed and leapy that I'm pretty much useless. As long as you're here and doing what you can, I can't ask for much more than that. Maybe it's your desire to be a video game frog that makes you so leapy. Okay. Oh, this is a locked door, isn't it? No, this is the chamber, right? It's the throne room. This is where we should catch the agent. If things play out the same way as they did before. Yep, there she is. Evidence previously registered, yes. And Arthur has help buttons here. But who knows if he's just going to tell us to use the key again and stuff. I'm tempted. But Arthur is still offering help. That kind of makes you think that there's still something that we can do in this room. Doesn't it? And there isn't much looking up allowed, by the way. If you notice the interface, I pointed this out earlier. I don't know if it's important. We can look up here. This ladder does not want to be interacted with. That seems certain. And there are barrels here. But again, to me it seems like, well, leaping would be a good workout. A valuable comment, Tom, thank you. Still seems to me that the puzzle might have something to do with intercepting the agent before she, it now seems safer to say, arrives. It seems like she's here dealing with this room directly. Has the artifact and is just simply spooked by our arrival and our entrance. And Arthur's offering help here too. Let's look at the map again, as I mentioned before. Alright, main gates. There's the bridge, right? The castle's one weakness. Outer... is that Outer Bailey? Inner Bailey? And they tunnel underneath it? Is that what we're given to believe? That means the doors of the besieged castle would be around here, and not here where we are. Philip Augustus' forces. Is this a viewing slat? Quick save here. Yeah, for shooting arrows out of. Oh yes, right. I think this is an instant death, but I'm going to try it again. despite warnings. He said, alas, you have no weapon. Wonder what would happen if we had a weapon. We do have a hammer. That's about all we got. And a metal bar, you know. Stab. But I don't think we're even supposed to interact with anyone. And we can't use our cloak, right? Because we can't move. Arthur, you're just on a help kick. Let's try flinging open the door and trying to use the hammer. I don't think it will work.
I must be wounded. Alas, he had no weapon. Pity.
I guess the sound effect was meant to suggest that we're being stabbed, kind of. Wait a sec. Yeah, that's right. Well, what do we think? One hint from Arthur before we go for tonight? Or should we try and leave it and sit on it and just use the power of our minds? Alright, I think I'd want to just look everywhere. Things have been hard to spot in this game. Okay, let's have one hint. And if it's totally gobbledygook to us, we'll maybe have one more, but otherwise, we'll leave it there for tonight. Here we go. Help us out, Arthur.
Wonder what that letter meant by Dores of the Assaget Castle. Surely they wouldn't hide the treasure by the front doors. Maybe they were referring to something else.
Wow, that was surprisingly along the lines we were thinking. He even pronounced it. And didn't Richard write about this too? What about... Okay, hang on. We could go straight for another hint, indulge ourselves. Indulge ourselves. But I'm still wondering about the map. Could there be something hidden by where the front door of the map is located on the table? Would the position of the map be that permanent? There are cups keeping this map in place. Let's check the notes one more time. It was his last entry, should be easy to find again. I think it was the last. Okay, la la la. Despair, despair, it's all going back, it's all falling apart. Sequestering everything of value hidden. Storage room as King John requests the last letter to me and destroying the key. Yes. The hidden storage room. So we've recreated a key. The letter itself also had to be destroyed as it contained information on the whereabouts of the hidden storage room. And it can't just have been downstairs. What's your O about, Lexi? Were you thinking what I was thinking, or is there more to it? Yeah. This thing? Yeah. This is a secret panel, right? If that's a secret panel, and if that's the secret panel to which the letter referred, then these are the doors of the besieged castle, whatever that means. And there's this good old chest here. It's not like the thing is on the other side of this chest or something, is it? Can you look around it? Maybe there's another panel somewhere on it? Well, let's check every angle we can get. We can go here. And now we're out of the room. We can't look up or down from here. And again, this chest seems suspicious, but there's nothing on it. And again, all that tells me, you know, it could tell us that that's the design for the key that the blacksmith stole, and we're supposed to piece that together by noticing that the blacksmith was an accused thief, and he had his secret version of the key mold under his brick, and he was exploiting that, and that's how we get the key. But again, I don't know if it's important that the design of this key seems to be slightly different, but it would require us to cut down this key or get another mold of that design somehow, which I think is not a thing we can do. I don't know. All right, let's have one more poke at Arthur.
For a king's crash pad, this isn't very opulent. Where's all the loot?
I'll show you, Tom. We click, we get a video, that opens automatically. And as we run the cursor over it, all we get is this flippy arrow icon, and that always means just back away from whatever you're looking at. So if we click here, nothing. And we can try to use, you know, something on it, but if you can use an item, it tends to flip horizontally, and that's just nothing is happening here. Yeah, where is all the loot, Arthur? Is it in this chest? All right. I'm gonna resort to one more poke. Here goes.
Nothing in here looks too historically significant. Maybe they stashed all their goodies in case they lose the battle. Oh, I can't believe this. I don't know how many times I told the movers the bedspread should be done in taupe.
Yeah, we'll check the map out one more time. Here it is. I guess this is just a candlestick or something. Yeah, there's a candle on it. Okay. You're welcome to take a screenshot, too. It'll last longer. I'll give it some thought as well. And I think I'll say goodnight at this point. Thanks again for joining me, as always. I'll be back soon. Not much else to say. Lexi, thank you. Tom, thank you. Katie, don't know if you're still there, but thank you. Zenkoth. And Sly, I didn't recognize your username, but I appreciate you saying hi. And even that bot that tried to spam us. I mean, you know, I hope you have a benevolent adventure of some kind. I'll try that on the way out. Good night. Akamu didn't even see you there. Good night, will ya? It looks like we can't translate. Alright. Come equipped with ideas next time you show up, I suppose. And then we'll do what we can. I'm Steve. Bunwee. Enjoy yourselves. Sleep well.